This is your Pradeep Chaudhary. Very good morning. Today I would like to explain about active voice and passive voice. So, subject is the doer of the action. The verb tells the active voice. The subject is the receiver or the done of the action. It is a passive voice. Okay, doer of the action, active voice. Receiver of the action, passive voice. If you see a few rules and regulations regarding the active voice and passive voice before changing into passive voice. First of all, you must identify subject, verb and object in the active voice. First of all, before changing into passive voice. And the next one, subject in the active voice becomes object in the passive voice. Next, object in the active voice becomes subject in the passive voice, vice versa. And the next one, you have to identify the verb form of the tense in each and every statement. And in a passive voice, we use only V3. V3 plus by plus subject, that means receiver of the action. And next one, suitable helping verb before the V3. Before the V3, we have to select suitable helping verb according to the tense. And some prepositions are there after the verb. For example, by will come, with will come, yet and to, related to verb and tenses also. And next one is the transitive verb. Already I told you in my previous classes. Transitive verb, ditransitive verb, monotransitive, ditransitive, like that I explained. So in transitive verb means verbs with an object. Subject plus verb plus object is there in a transitive verb. So if you see here, they played football. They played football. Subject, they played. Way to football. Object, we identified. Next tense is simple past tense. And we have to change the subject of the subject in the active voice become the object in the passive voice. So they played football. Now football is the object in the active voice. Now it will become in the subject in the passive voice. Football. Now played. Here wait. So football was played by them. So in this way we have to change into passive voice. And next one is the intransitive verb. Verb without object. Verb without object. At the time we are unable to change into passive voice. She walks fast. She, subject, walks, helping verb. Fast is the adjective. So there is no object here. We are unable to change into passive voice. And the next one is subject of the active voice is unknown or unimportant. At that time, no need to use by in the passive voice. For example, people speak English all over the world. So people, which people? It is unknown, unimportant. At that time, no need to use by. So English is spoken all over the world. We didn't use by here. Next one is the ditransitive verb. Verb with the two objects. Di means two. Transitive means subject plus verb plus object. Two objects are present here. That means we can write two passive voice for one active voice. Okay? For example, she teaches English. Simple present tense. she. Subject teaches. V1 us. Object English also object. All pronouns are indirect object. All nouns are direct object. So we can change into passive voice with the indirect object as well as the direct object also. And if you see, English is taught to us by her. This is one method from the direct object. Next method, we are taught English by her. This is with the indirect method. If you see the structures, subject plus V1 plus object, it is a simple present tense. To change in the passive voice, object of the active voice will become subject of the passive voice. But here I wrote only object to make it to understand directly. So whatever object is present in active voice, first you have to write here in a passive voice directly. So that's why I wrote here object. Place in a simple present, am, is, or place V3 plus by plus subject. Starting of the subject we have to write last in the passive voice. Next one. Subject plus am, is, or plus V4 plus object. Present continuous tense. Passive voice structure. Object plus am, is, or plus being plus V3 plus by plus subject. Next one is the present perfect. Subject plus have, has plus V3 plus object. Object plus have, has plus been plus V3 plus by plus subject. So out of 4, just only 3 we are able to change into passive voice in present tense. If you see the examples here, I like mangoes, simple present tense. So we have to change into mangoes, helping verb, or like V3, next to by. I changed into me here. Once again, object here, object mangoes, helping verb or like V1, changed into V3, next to by. I change into me. So mangoes are liked by me, passive voice. Next one, they are repairing roads, present continuous tense. Roads, helping verb or, next to being, next to repairing, repaired by. They changed into them, passive voice. Roads are being repaired by them. Next one, I have borrowed the book, present perfect tense. The book, the book. The book is third person singular. That's why we wrote has. Next to being. Next to borrowed, borrowed. Next to by. I changed into her. So the book has been borrowed by her. Okay, in past tense, subject plus V2 plus object change into passive voice. Object plus was, were plus V3 plus by plus subject. Next, past continuous tense. Subject plus was, were plus V4 plus object. Change into passive voice. Object plus was, were plus being plus V3 plus by plus subject. Next one is the past perfect. Subject plus add plus V3 plus object. Passive voice. Object plus add plus being plus V3 plus by plus subject. In a simple past tense also, out of 4, just we are able to change 3 into passive voice. If you see the examples, they refused punishment, simple past tense. Passive voice, punishment, helping verb was refused, refused by. They became them. So punishment was refused by them. She was teaching English, past continuous tense. English was being taught by her. She means her. English was being taught by her. They had sown seeds, past perfect. Seeds had been sown by them. Seeds had been sown by them. Now future tense. If you see simple future, subject plus shall, will plus V1 plus object. So passive voice, object plus shall, will plus be plus V3 plus by plus subject. And next to subject plus shall, will plus have plus V3 plus object, future perfect. Object plus shall, will plus have plus been plus V3 plus by plus subject. Out of 12 structures in English grammar, out of 12 structures, we are able to change into passive voice only 8 structures only. So present perfect continuous tense is not there. Past perfect continuous tense is not there. Future perfect continuous tense is not there. And future continuous tense also not there. Out of 12 structures, 4 structures we are unable to change into passive voice. That you have to understand here. And all continuous tenses being will come. Present continuous tense being will come. Past continuous tense also being will come. In a perfect tense, being will come. In a passive voice, I am talking about the passive voice. In a continuous tense, in passive voice, being will come. Present continuous, being will come in a passive voice. Past continuous, being will come in a passive voice. Regarding perfect tense, being will come in a passive voice. Present tense, being will come. In a past tense also, being will come. So another one is the who. So if any active voice is going to start with a who, then you have to change into by whom, remaining as it is. So who eats apple? This question belongs to simple present tense. So who will become by whom? And a simple present is object apple eaten. By whom is apple eaten? Who is eating apple? Present continuous question. By whom is apple being eaten? Just now I told you no. So being will come in a passive voice regarding continuous tenses. Now this is a present continuous tense question. That's why here we use being after the object. Next one. Who has eaten apple? By whom has apple been eaten? This question is the present perfect. So we have to use been in a passive voice. Same thing we have to use in a past tense, future tense also. Here also future examples also like that only. So in this way, by remembering all these examples, we have to change into passive voice. Thank you.